Greetings everybody and welcome to another GarageBand One Sound Pack Challenge where I try and create a full song using only one sound pack. And today I'm using Watch the Sound by Mark Ronson, so there could be something funky coming. Who knows? I've got no idea where this is going to take me. All I do know is I want to explore the Arpeggiator. And here's the pack, and we're looking at the description now. It's saying that we can make beats with booming 808s, play rare and iconic synthesizers, and go crate digging. You notice in the top left, my spinning wheel there, I've just hit the get button to download the pack, and that should just be happening as we speak. Looking down at the content, we've got heaps of loops, we've got some drum and beat sequencer kits, 25 keyboard patches, and all sorts of goodies there, so that'll be great, and it's just begun to download now, so we'll be back when it's finished downloading. And hoola, there it is, downloaded. Very quick internet over here. So let's get out of that and into the sound library to make some music. This is how we get into our packs. We're going to open up the keyboards and hit in the center there to go back to the main menu. And we're going to see recently downloaded, and we can scroll down and we will see the Watch the Sound pack down there. So let's get down to that. And this is what we've got today. We've got some effects units, one keyboard, some Mellotron flutes, then some synth basses and synth leads as we go down, and some synth pads. So not a huge array of sounds, but still plenty to get on with there. So we need some drums to set down the bedrock of this piece, no matter what it is. And we're going to recently downloaded, scroll down extraordinarily quickly. Oh, and there to Watch the Sound, and we've got CR78 made iconic in the kitchen, Hollywood Foley. Hollywood Foley, God knows what it's going to be, but we'll get in there and see what it is. Now before we do that, let's hit the plus button and extend the length of the song up to around 130 bars. And while we're doing that, we'll stay in the same area with the wheel next to it, and we're going to tap in a tempo. And for some reason, I'm going a little bit faster today, and we're going to hit around 140. Now over on the left-hand top corner, we're going to hit that mixing desk and go into track settings and velocity sensitivity, and we're going to turn that off so that when we hit the drums, every drum sound, no matter how hard we press, will be the same volume. And this is kind of what it will sound like. Let's kick it out to track view now, and we can see that we've recorded 8 bars, but we're only going to keep 4 of those. So I'm going to tap on it, hit split, slice down, get rid of the second 4 bars, and then tap on what's remaining, hit loop, and there we go. It goes throughout the entire song. Now I said I wanted to mess around with the Arpeggiator today, so let's get into those Ronson sounds. Recently downloaded, scroll down quickly, hit Watch That Sound, and here we go. Retro home guide chords, made iconic pad, electrical box pad, test tone oscillator lead, ocean and space arp. That sounds fairly funky. So let's flip on this Arpeggiator, and we can just slide across there on run, and we have note order, note rate, octave range. So note order, up and down, random as played. Let's go up. How about down? You know we're going up and down now, don't you? How about a bit of random? Oops, no, I've just chosen to go up. Oh, my mistake. Actually, I've taken it from 1/16th note down to 1/8, and now here's 1/4. A fourth, I meant a quarter. Let's get back out into the 1/8, and now let's play around with the octave range. So go to 3 octaves. 2 octaves is where we're going to sit with it. And record. Now I absolutely hate those sound effects on the drums, so we're going to go into the track settings, and on the left hand side we can mute both of them, and let's see how it sounds again now without them. so much better. I really don't think they're too long for the world. Anyway, let's trim up our arpeggiated synth and loop it so it goes throughout the entire song. Over to some bass now, and what have we got in the pack? Magical and new bass, Make It Musical bass, 1, 2, 3, Paisley funk bass, you know I'm having me some of that. And let's mess around with that arpeggiator again and slide it over to run. Note order will go up, note rate an eighth, and the octave range will keep it 2, so let's see what that sounds like. Well, it's loud enough. But here's a tip. You've got to play ahead of the beat or you'll be out of rhythm. Here's me on the beat. Ooh. Ow. Yuck. Ahead of the beat. That's all right. Time for some non-arpeggiated synth now, and I'm going for the Pangs of Nostalgia pad because this is giving me the whole 60s sunshine pop vibe. Now you might have noticed this little offender, which could be a mistake there in the center of the bottom track. Let's have a listen to it and see. It's okay. Okay, let's say we wanted to edit it. Click on it, hit edit, and then we come up to the individual notes screen, and there you can see that little offender there. Semitone out. You can actually just move it across to give it the same note. You know what? I think I'm going to keep it the way it was. Shift it back. So we've been a little bit busy moving things around and editing and putting things in for middle eights and choruses and getting a structure, even started with some vocals down the bottom. But now I want to try something else. I have ocean waves modular sound effects here because I want to get some wave sounds because the lyrics suggest we're at the beach. But I started the recording on 0, so there's no place to put it. There's no room. So I'm going to tap on a blank space. There we go. And select all. And then I can shift everything across just a bar or two. And then that gives me the opportunity to hit record and get those wave sound effects in just like this. Now I've doubled that wave sound effects, but they're not identical. So what I'd like to do is pan them and crossfade the panning. So I've hit automation, top left-hand button. I've unlocked it. And now we're going to see with the top one, I am going to start it with no volume and then end with a whole heap of volume, and the opposite for the other sound effects. So we're going to try and get this sort of cross-fading panning effect from the two of them, which will be absolutely interesting. Now, the way I made them different is I think I took them down octaves and just messed around with the buttons a bit. Oops! And here's optimizing performance. If anybody can help me to stop this going on all the time, please leave a note in the comments. I've tried everything. See you in about 35 minutes. Well, that seemed like no time at all. And here we go. Our top sound effect panned all the way to the hard right, our bottom one to the hard left. And this is what it's going to sound like. But look at the track volume and how it's slowly going down. It's been automated to go down. Isn't that really cool? And we're going to see it on the other track going up. And hopefully in your head, in your ears, you'll be able to hear that panning crossfade. Kind of cool. Many thanks, as always, to Pete Johns at Studio Live Today for giving me that tip. even more arpeggiated goodness with the Way to Live lead and synth. Can I turn down those single notes under the arpeggio? And he was splitting and cutting, and oops, the whole note disappears. What are we going to do? Because I started it before the bar. Okay, so let's click on it, and we're going to hit Edit. And we're going to find that note, see where we are up to with the cursor, and we're going to slide it back so it starts in the right place now. Notice we go back in here, click on it, split, cut down, and yeah, it's absolutely there still. Beautiful tip. It's given me so many nightmares, that idea. Anyway, let's move on. So we're going to click on one of the tracks to drop the volume on, and we're going to hit settings this time, and up the top with velocity, slide it down. And this will bring down the volume of the track. So cut out of that one, now to the other note, velocity down again. And I don't know the mechanics or the science of this, but it seems to work. Or is it just my ears responding to psychoacoustics? I'll let you be the judge. But now let's mess around with a little Way to Live lead. I think the notes are fine, it's just a little bit too gnarly. Let's get something wobbly on it. So open up Track Settings, Plugins and EQ, hit Edit, and then a plus sign, and we're going to find all the Apple preset effects, Bit Crusher, Chorus, Distortion, Flanger, Microphaser, and the Audio Unit extensions. Now all of these are free with every version of GarageBand. And we're going to add some Microphaser. So there it is, opens up the LFO rate, the feedback, the intensity. Let's whap up the intensity and the feedback a bit and see what we got. Arpeggiator warning.
Love is an ocean, changed by the tides, you're saying hello.
I did warn you there'd be more arpeggiator. And so that's about all of the recording finished. I think I've used up the maximum amount of tracks, 32 as per usual. Look at all these vocals. And all that's left to do is to mix, trim, master and export. But before we do that, I'm going to hit the wheel in the top right hand corner. And what we're going to do is to hit on and slide across fade out. So the song, strangely, fades out at the end. But while we're there, we can also slide across the slider for time ruler. And that's kind of cool because it gives us a sense of how long the song is and whether we're happy with it or not. And I'm kind of happy with that, but we'll get rid of the time ruler right now. So I guess the only thing left to do is to listen to the song. And I hope this video has interested you and inspired you enough to do so, and you've picked up a few tips and ideas along the way. And most importantly, it's made you just want to press record from now on and get into that creative process. It's been an absolute blast talking with you about my GarageBand experience on this song, which is called Breezy. And until next time, hope you're doing really well, and bye now.